The laptops. That is the be all and end all. That is the biggest distraction, hindrance, whatever you want to call it, in my classroom.
Virtually every student now has a mobile. Most have 3G, smartphones, iPods with the film and everything.
The other big thing is the internet, the use of internet, data projectors, that sort of thing.
Apple has a program where the teacher has on their computer, so we can have up on our screen every student's screen and watch what they're doing. Well, firstly, using computers means obviously students aren't just writing stories or writing essays. What they're doing is the publishing. So we can set an assignment where they have to create a newspaper and they can literally publish a newspaper. They could create a documentary, they can create a podcast, the use of technology means they can do things that the workplace wants them to do.
You can show them in a way that you couldn't show them before, and they can actually visually see this thing. You know, oh, okay, I can see how that works.
We can have students working, you know, we have teachers have their own blog, so the students can send you their work on the blog and you can mark it or look at it and then put it through the smart board and the projector on the screen and have the students mark other students' work, and you can explain why that worked and that didn't. So that there's just so many more opportunities for students to learn.
The data projectors are huge. The fact that the school I'm at now, the whole campus is wireless, that's incredible.
A lot of downtime, a lot of off-task time is taken with them playing games or playing with different things on the computer, as opposed to pen and paper, here's the notes, here's the questions, get on with it.
And you've got to make sure you're just wandering around the whole time, making sure that they're actually doing that and they're not playing some computer game or on the internet.
Really the only thing is their phone, because that's their life. They're on it all the time.
You go rewind 15 years, if there was bullying, there's always bullying in schools, no matter what school says we have an anti-bullying policy. Children are children, teenagers are teenagers, and there will be bullying. However, whereas before it happened at school, and then the child would go home and it was a safe zone, they had time out from it. With social media, it's 24/7, they're always plugged in. If a group of students wants to bully, they can send messages on Facebook, they can send messages to their phone, they can take photos, manipulate those photos, upload those photos.
You know, it used to be bullying, you know, you were concerned about kids taking someone around the back shed and belting the crap out of them. Now, you know, you're worrying about what they're saying on Facebook.
We get a Facebook issue once a fortnight. Some kid comes in and says, you know, I've been in a fight, or I can't make friends, or I want to go home, and you kind of question a kid that wants to go home sick 14 days in a row, why, what's wrong? And you find out, you do a bit of digging and you find out that they are being bullied, or that they're so, like the whole year group knows some secret.
We had an instance where the school was dragged through the mud to the point where we had to call the police. It was quite deflammatory, where kids had, ex-students apparently, had started putting things on Facebook, and of course it has a big effect on the school community.
Last year, or this year's example, that girl in Sydney who committed suicide, is a classic example of what happens if someone who is fragile and is picked and taken by a more dominant group. They can really lose it.
I do know that this year alone there were half a dozen, maybe 4 instances of students that I teach where the police have had to confiscate their mobile phone and laptop and go to their family home to see the private home computer usage.
Hey guys, just keep recording. Keep recording. Look at that. Who's that in the background?
The maturity of these teenagers, they don't understand the ramifications for future years. They don't understand that this is going to haunt them, and it won't change.